So what would you like to give in terms of advice for folks who think that this might be, this sounds like a good next step for them in terms of like what kind of experience would you suggest? So they're saying like, I've got none of the experience that you're talking about now, so where would you suggest that they, what suggestions would you have for folks? Go for it, yeah.
Yeah, you want to start?
Depends on the job that you're interested in. I feel like if I, as a coordinator, I would prefer somebody in a supervisor position who has who has interest in recycling. I mean, it doesn't have to, but you know, I feel like if you are a recycling supervisor, then your passion somewhat should be recycling and waste diversion. So I would probably prefer somebody that has the interest in it, because that's what we do all day long. That's what we do outreach to the public. So if you're passionate about it, I think you can reach the public better than if you just say, well, this goes here and this goes here and this goes here. So I think you can make a difference if you're passionate about something. So I would just Google and read up on, you know, go to the websites and find information, read up on bioplastics, on problems that we have currently where we don't know what to put what, and maybe even like what happens to the recyclables, or what happens to plastics, you know, once they get picked up, and who takes care of them, and what can we make out of plastic, or what doesn't get recycled into. I think all these are things that would be great if you share these in an interview. That would really impress me, you know, like who are the organizations that try to make a difference in the area that you live or work. As a driver, get driving experience, but again, or have maybe experience with youth. If you know that you're going to drive around with 2 or 3 core members in your truck, and any experience that you have with at-risk youth, volunteering, or whatever, that would be beneficial.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I think San Francisco may be a little unique in this, but there's a ton of ways to get volunteering opportunities that can add up to something substantial on the resume. The Department of Environment organizes volunteers for doing greening work at events throughout the city. And if you're looking to get work as a supervisor, getting in with the Department of Environment on their list, volunteering, working these events, you know, you get 4 or 5 big name events under your belt, you're looking like a strong candidate, right? And even within that, if you show yourself to be a strong volunteer for them, who knows, there might be an opportunity with them. So really, the Department of Environment is a great opportunity for folks to get their foot in the door under the volunteering auspice. The National Park Service or the Presidio Trust also have strong volunteer operations. I think they do twice a week. So if you're looking to do more of the field side, getting in with them, which is very low bar to entry, and it's like 4 hours a day or something when you do it. Then you can say, I've worked with XYZ tools, I've worked on these kind of restoration projects, you know, I'm familiar with the supervisor, who knows, maybe they'll write you a letter of recommendation, you know, and so then you're really building something from nothing if this is the type of work that you identify that you'd like to do. And so that's how I would imagine building. And I guess we'll be coming back to like tips for things to do.
Yes, actually that's right now, so go for it, yeah.
Well, so I just was thinking about that, they're kind of related. So when you're, and you started talking about it a little bit too, when you're preparing for the interview and writing your resume, cover letter, do your research, right, on the company. And for me personally, this is something I don't see enough. Speak values. What I mean by that is, if you're looking to do values-based work, you know, or if you're applying for a values-based company, we're looking for a values-based employee. And that, I mean, you may say, oh, for a driver, you know, whatever, but if you come into that interview and you show that you took the time to research and you know about some of the different projects that we worked on, and you know about our mission, and you really like this part of our mission, you know, or that here are the things about zero waste that we love, you know, like that is going to go so much further, in my opinion. So speak values, really speak it in that language, because it will give you a leg for me. I'd say for all the contribution, because that's true. And be passionate, right? So that I did this whole series of interviews for these positions, and one of the people who we interviewed started coming in like automatically asking about benefits and time off packages, and it seemed like she was trying to figure out how she could spin this into the next thing. Like this job that she was getting into was okay, but she really wanted to see is there any way she could go up the ladder. It's like you're not that interested, you're not that excited about the position that you're applying for. It just came through. So really, if you're excited, show me you're excited. This may be something that I differ from other people on, but I think it's okay to email. So here's what I'd say. Yes, for the business card of the people that you're interviewing with, not the HR guy, because he's not going to respond. But whoever's in your interview asked, then would it be okay if I got your business card? Get their business card, write them an email. If you can think of a question that would require them to answer you, even better, don't write a long email. Just say, I was wondering about this little aspect of the job. It sounds great to me. Could you just tell me a little bit, what would that look like? And then they have a reason to write you back. Now you're in a relationship with them via email. To me, if somebody writes me an email saying, it was such a pleasure to meet you, I think the Conservation Corps would be an excellent place for me to show my strengths, XYZ. It's kind of like online dating, you're out there, you're meeting all these people, you're interviewing them, but you don't really know how many other people are dating, right? They could be already, almost going steady with somebody else. So you're also in the process of figuring out, well, how serious do I want to get about this candidate who maybe, maybe this isn't the most exciting thing for them. So if I get the idea that you're really interested, that's going to go a long way. So volunteering, expressing passion. And then, back to the other thing, one thing I forgot to mention, it's a unique opportunity we have right now. We're hiring some contractors. This isn't for somebody with 0 event experience, but if you have any, we're looking for some pickup work. And it's something we haven't done a lot of, but we're going to try it out this year. And that's going to be on the website soon, so stay tuned for that. And that's specifically for event greeting supervisors on an hourly, as-needed basis. So that'd be a good way to get your foot in the door, and then when a supervisor position opened up.
She's totally scribbling. You're making her think of so many things that she's got to write them all down to keep up. So go for your list, Anya. You've got a list. Let's hear your list.
Oh, no, I like that, what you said about the values. I think that's really important. Look at the mission and the values of the company, and then find examples and how you can relate to them. I think that's really, really valuable. The job description, I would really make an effort to go through each line of the job description, and usually like the top one is the most important, and then find your experience and think about what match your resume up with the job description, but also for the interview, bring examples of all the things that you offer your experience. And then I think if you want to work with a certain company, you gotta get your foot in the door somehow, and that's either by either knowing somebody who already works there and asking if they can help you somehow, or by volunteering. That's always a great opportunity. We have plenty of volunteer opportunities too. You can go on our website. There's a button that says volunteering. You can show your face there, and then people get to know you, and then you can show that in your resume. You volunteer there as evidence. Also, bring examples of where you worked that relates to your job in the sense like it's zero waste. Like I have done, maybe I created something in my own community where I helped at the Saturday farmers market and created signs for the recycling bins or whatever. Tiny little things that show your passion about what you're applying it for is absolutely valuable.